What's going on YouTube? This is your boy Eric Jones with Eclipse Entertainment Presents. Today we're talking about the MP5 gas mask. I'm going to be telling you guys why I chose this one over the Israeli. Stay tuned. Alright, this right here is the MP5 gas mask. The reason I went with this gas mask over the Israeli gas mask, I'm going to get into right now for you guys. Alright, first of all, I'm going to start with the lens. This viewfinder right here is a lot bigger and I can see a lot more what's going on around me when wearing this mask. Unlike this Israeli gas mask right here, it's two circles and it has this black piece right here that makes it kind of obscures my view a little bit. I don't know, it may not bother some of you people, but it bothers me. So I like to have this window like how it is right there. That way I feel more claustrophobic and I feel more comfortable with wearing the mask. And on top of that, you have this blowhole right here where it blows all your hot air from your mouth out of this hole, so you won't fog up this window right here that you're looking through. Unlike the Israeli gas mask here, this will fog up on you when breathing in it. It says anti-fog, but it does fog up, and I don't like that. That's one reason I had to stop using these right here, and I had to upgrade my household with the MP5 gas mask. And on top of that, the voice box right here is on top of the gas mask. So when I put my filter in like so, it's not being blocked. It's not blocking the voice box. I can talk and communicate with the people around me with ease without having to suck too much air through the filter and burning the filter out. Trying to speak loud so people can communicate and hear me. If you can see the Israeli gas mask right here, the voice box is on the bottom. So when you put the filter on, it's going to pretty much block that box and you're going to be talking a lot louder. And I'd rather not do all that when I have a gas mask on, because you will get claustrophobic and kind of uncomfortable at times when wearing this, especially if you got a lot of gear on and stuff along those lines. Now, you have your drinking tube area right here is on this side, and Israeli gas mask has that as well, and you can drink that from within inside too, just connect it like so, and you can do that with the Israeli gas mask. Now, on top of that, you have this little fly right here on top, so if it's like raining or you got some chemicals on you, it's gonna run down the side of the mask. It's gonna stop it from running in front of the visor where you're looking at, so you won't have to touch your mask if there's some kind of threatening chemicals on there. You don't want to contaminate yourself too much. You just want to go on about it and just be able to see what you're doing without having to wipe your eyes if there's like a biological or chemical threat around you or some source along those lines. And you have the same thing on the bottom of the mask as you do on the top. It keeps the chemicals from running behind your neck and into your hazmat suit or your NBC nuclear biological chemical suits. What it's going to do is going to run down here and it's going to run onto your suit instead of in your suits. So that's definitely a plus in my opinion. And on top of that, this, I don't know, I love the way your face contours into this mask. Like, as you can see, the minute you put your face into it, it automatically has that nice tight seal. You don't really get that same thing with Israeli gas mask. It's just like a flap that goes over and it protects. This one has that little added protection in my opinion, and it goes a long way and it feels a lot more comfortable than the Israeli gas mask. And on top of that, they both have this seal right here to protect your mouth and nose, to keep that in there, to keep the hot air in this area. That way you won't fog this up too much as well. But like I said, you don't have to worry about fog with this one because you have this blowout hole right here that blows all the hot air out, and you're going to be sucking all the cool air through your filter and stuff along those lines. So that being said, I got the obvious things out of the way for you. This voice box right here is actually really, you can hear me communicating, like I said, with no problem. So I'm just going to go in and show you guys how to put this mask on, and I'm going to show you why I like it so much. Alright, now the first thing we're going to do is, before we put our gas masks in our bags, holding bags and stuff like that, you want to have everything sized up to the right size of your head ahead of time. You don't want to do this when you got a biological or chemical threat or something along those lines. You want to already have this thing ready to go. Well, the first thing you want to do is, you want to put your mask on like so. Get it nice and fitted around your face, nice and tight. Now you got your little latches right here. You just want to pull it on like so, and you just want to pull your latch tight on that side, and you're going to do the same on this side like so. Pull it nice and tight. Now the next thing you're going to want to do is a pressure check. So you want to put your hand on the mask and suck in. Now doing that, you really take your breath away. You feel like you're going to suffocate. That means you got a nice tight seal and you got to worry about nothing coming in through the mask. So once you do that, you got a nice pressure check. You want to take your gas mask filter and you can put it on like so. This is the hard part. Put your filter on. I don't even know if I'm turning it the right way. Alright, it's all nice and tight, so you got to turn it left when you're wearing it. Alright, so you want to do that same pressure check again. So that means I got a nice tight seal around my mask and I'm good and I'm ready to go. Now, if you are already in the contamination zone, I'm going to show you some things here on the table what you can do to decontaminate yourself, to clean yourself up.
Now, I want you to hear this blowout hole right here. Yeah. It has like a plunger in here. When you breathe out, it lets the air out, but it doesn't let air come in. So. I don't know if you can really hear that, but yeah, that's that. Now, I'm gonna get back into the point where when you get past your decontamination zone, you have like some things like this, like so you just rip open, you have your mask on, and you're already in the contamination zone, you don't know if you're being contaminated yet. What you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna rip this open, like so, and it's like a charcoal-like thing in here. You're just gonna put your fingers through it, and you're gonna rub it all over your arms and all your exposed areas of your body, and the webs of your fingers, like so. Like that, get everything nice and cleaned up, get it around your face and your neck, and what you're gonna do here is you're gonna take your mask off briefly. Like so, and then you're gonna rub it, the charcoal all over your face and stuff like so. And then you're gonna wanna get your canteen, and you're gonna wanna get your M8 chemical paper, test the water, make sure it has no chemical threats on it, and then you're gonna want to rinse your eyes this way, and then you're gonna rinse your eyes this way. That way you want to run whatever fluid is in your eyes back onto your other eye and stuff like that. So you want to do it like that. Then you want to put your gas mask back on, like so. Latch it on. I'm just gonna make it short for the video's sake. You put your gas mask on, and then once you got your gas mask back on and you decontaminated yourself, what you're gonna do next is take that same charcoal flag or another one, and you're gonna wrap it around your ears and your neck. And then you're gonna put all your gear on, and you're gonna be ready to go for chemical threats. And that's how that works there.
All right, before I forget, if you purchase these masks, make sure you actually put these things on. Don't just put them in the closet somewhere and store them. You want to get comfortable with these masks, because you can and will get claustrophobic or something like that along those lines. You're going to want to rip it off. So let's make sure we're putting these things on and actually training with them and whatnot. And if you know you're going to be in a nuclear, biological, or chemical threat, just make sure our filters are always already on. Everything is set to the head setting that you are, and then that way you can just put your mask on and just rip this piece out and do your pressure check along those lines. Now, with all that being said, you just do not want to purchase a mask or a chemical suit. You want some kind of decontamination kit that where you can decontaminate yourself out in the field till you get to where you need to be. Now, I put my own together. What I keep in mind is, like you already seen before, are those charcoal pads you rub on yourself, decontaminate yourself with. I have activated charcoal just in case I have been contaminated. I can decontaminate myself with this. These were used in Chernobyl, by the way, so those are definitely a go-to source. You got your iodine tablets right here to protect your thyroid from the nuclear iodine fallout. I have a hand sanitizer, extra gloves, and tape, so I can tape up my uniform and things along those lines. Now, when purchasing masks, you do not want to purchase used masks. I see these online all the time, and I just wasted 20 bucks on purpose so I can make my point here. It was on eBay. It says $20 for a used like new mask. I got this mask in the mail right here. As you can see, it's yellow. You can't even see out of that glass right there, and on top of that, the rubber's dry rotted and it's cracked on the side and the lens is broken. So stay away from used masks. Buy masks brand new. That way you know you get your money's worth and you can protect yourself when occasion calls for it. Because these things do have a shelf life, so the better you take care of them, the newer you have them, the more you know how better that life's gonna be. Now, another thing you need to know about is the filters. You can't just go out and just buy an NBC filter like this and think you're going to be protected from ammonia and viral and bacterial infections and stuff along those lines. These are not for that. You want to get filters that say P3 on them at the end, like right here. This will protect you from the viral, bacteria, and ammonia and stuff along those lines, as well as protect you from the same things of nuclear, biological, and chemical threats. Although these are like 50 bucks for one, and you can get 5 of these for like 50 bucks. I get it, these are kind of overpriced, but these get the job done when the occasion calls for it. Now, a lot of people may not realize this, but back in 2019, the DOD purchased 5 million more masks. 5 million of these MP5 gas masks right here for some situation we do not know of. So we know the government knows what's coming to us in advance. That's why I like to pay attention to what they're doing. So they purchased 5 million more MP5 masks on top of masks they already have in the government. Why they're doing this, we don't know. See how China are just wearing the face masks and they're still getting sick along those lines. So let's get the proper masks when we're gonna need to protect ourselves, to protect our eyes, our nose, and our mouth all at the same time, because doctors out there are getting sick too. Well, all that being said, I'd just like to thank you guys for watching Eclipse Entertainment Presents, where we bring you entertainment, news, reviews with the kick. Till next time, God bless.